In today's video, we're going to see how you can be able to create a highly available environment on AWS, and I'll be using this AWS console to do that. And also I'll be following through these instructions provided by AWS, and by the end of it all we should be able to create something like this. So let me show you. We should be able to create a highly available environment where we will be using the services of auto-scaling group. We'll be using the services of application load balancer. So when somebody asks you what does an application load balancer do, what it usually do is to balance the traffic between the two availability zones. And what the auto-scaling group does, it is used to increase the application server or the EC2 instance. Maybe when this fails, it can create another one. So that is what we are going to do in a span of 44 minutes. So according to the instructions, we have already been created. A VPC has been created for us, so let's check that and we filter it. So we are going to use lab VPC, and also we have created subnets for us. They have created public root table and private root table. Okay, we also have an elastic IP address. We attach it to an instance if you don't want it to change. Like when you stop an instance, then you start it again, the IP address usually changes. So you use elastic IP address to provide that changes. So we already have that. We have an AT gateway. Okay, so that is the first instruction. Then we inspect the internet gateway. Let's see. Internet gateway. This is where we can see the internet gateway, and you can see it's already attached according to, it's supposed to be somewhere here on the figure. Okay, now we are supposed to also inspect the security groups. Security groups, we can see them here. We have inventory DB and app DB. We are supposed to check the rules, and you can see here we have, for DB we have the rule to allow MySQL database. Now we go to check the for inventory app. It does not have any rules, any inbound rules. Also we are supposed to check the outbound rules. It allow all traffics for inventory app. For inventory DB also it allow all traffic to flow out. So we were told to check the network access control list. Inbound rules, it allows all traffic. Outbound roads, it allow all traffics. So we can say we have inspected all that. Now we want to create a load balancer. So to create a load balancer, we are supposed to go to our search bar. We search for EC2. I think they have already created one for us, instances. Then yeah, they have created an instance that is running for us. Now we are supposed to create our application load balancer. So we copy the name and we go to load balancing. We select load balancer, we select application load balancer, then we click create. For name we press application load balancer. We want the internet facing. Here we are supposed to select this lab VPC, and also here we are supposed to select the two availability zones to match our figure here. Then this one is supposed to be public subnet. Okay, for security groups, let me check for the instructions. So let me add this description. I may have forgotten about it. I can't see where to paste the description, but let me check for security groups. Okay, these are the instructions for creating a new security group, and we are supposed to name it inventory load balancer. So this is where I'm supposed to create one. So I open it. Okay. So this is the name for security group, and then we have our description here. Here we paste the description, then we select the VPC, lab VPC. We also add the rules. We are supposed to give the HTTP custom so we are saying anywhere from IPv4, then any rule HTTPS. We add that port, then we say anywhere from IPv4, then we create the security group. We create it has been created successfully. So if we come here and refresh, we undo that one, we should check this one and it's okay. Then for listeners, we are supposed also to create a listener. We open it and close here. We are supposed to pick instances. Also we give it a name. We select our name here. This one, we give it a name. Here is where we are supposed to select the names. Lab VPC HTTP1 and advanced. Here we are supposed to give it 10 seconds. So let's check the instruction. They are saying we will give it have the threshold 2. So so it will check for the 2 times. If they are not okay, it will stop the instance and open a new and transfer the traffic to a new one. So then we press next. This is the instance that we want, so we include the spending below. No, we don't do that. I think we are supposed to include there, then create. After that we go back here, we refresh, then we can see it our app here. Then there is nothing else that is needed. We create a load balancer. So if we check for our load balancer, for now the status is provisioning. Then after it has provisioned, we will copy this DNS name and we will see the website, but for now it's still provisioning. So as we wait, let's go for the next steps. So the next step is creating the auto scaling groups. Okay. This is what we are supposed to create. So but before we create the auto scaling groups, we are supposed to create the EMI that is supposed to be used by the auto scaling groups to create another copy of the instance. So to do that, we are supposed to go to AWS console EC2, image and template, then we create image. So as this is, let's see if we have is already provisioned. let's wait for it. But as we are waiting, let's create the EMI. So we are supposed to come here, select the image, action, image and templates, then create image. Then we are supposed to give it a name. I believe they have it here. And I think this is the best way to create an image because you are not it's not interconnected together with the instance. Sometimes if you interconnect it with the instance, you are supposed to stop the instance and you delete the EMI, something like that. So our image is created, and if we can check here, we have our EMI. Next, what we are supposed to create is to create the launch template. So we are supposed to come here, launch template, create a template, we give it a name and also the description. Here they are saying we tick this box because we are going to use EC2 auto scaling. Then here for my EMI, we are supposed to use this one, which I have already created in the previous step. Then instance, this we use T2 micro. Keylogin, we use this one. For this we are not picking. Then for security group, which one do they say? Inventory app. Anything else? Then we are supposed to give it inventory app lol for the instance lol. I think you can find it under our advanced detail. We also enable CloudWatch monitoring. Then we paste the user data which they have provided. So let's copy the user data. And then we created the launch templates, and the launch template is already created. Now okay, I think we should check the load balancer before we go to the next step. Yes, it's already provisioned. We copied the DNS name, paste it, and it's not giving the website because of the security groups. If you check the security groups, Actually the rules are good, maybe for the instance. Yeah, you remember this one does not have any rules, that is why. So let's create the but inventory. So let me add the, should I add the rules? Let's search. I think there is a way. So there is a way to make it to display something, but let's continue working on it. So we are supposed to create an auto scaling group. So we create auto scaling group, we paste the name that they have given us. Auto scaling. Okay, we have this auto scaling, we paste it, then we select the launch template that we created, if you can remember. Then we press next, we choose our lab VPC, we choose the two subnets, public. Then we attach to the existing load balancer, which we have already created, and you can see it there. Then I think we check the elastic load balancer. Then here the seconds we are supposed to change to 90 seconds. To press next. Here we are supposed to give to the maximum to these are the maximum amount of EC2 that will be learning, and also here the minimum. So you can add like the scaling policy, like if one EC2 goes below the 50%, like if the CPU utilization of one EC2 goes maybe beyond 50%, like here, if it go beyond 50%, you stop this instance and you start a new one. That is how you can like write this policy, but for now we are supposed to choose no no policy. Then we choose CrowdWatch, we press next. Okay, let me check the notes. Okay, this desired I'm supposed to place to. For notification is optional, for key tags is optional. Then just like that, we have been able to create an auto scaling groups. I think that one was giving me errors. Create auto scaling groups, hopefully. Group name contains spaces. Just like that, I think now we can be able to create the auto scaling groups, and boom, now we have it, is updating. But before that, we need to make our website accessible, so we need to configure the security groups. So we are in these steps. So if we go here, security groups, here inventory app, we are supposed to select it. Then the add the inbound role. We want HTTP. Then what do we want? Custom. Then we write SG. Then we use the load balancer security group. Then we save changes. Then if we go to our instance now and try to log it in, we can see something. I think we have nothing. Maybe we try with the load balancer, DNS, this one. Yes, we have it. Then I want to show you something. So we have two instances that are running. So if we refresh, we have three, but they are supposed to be two. They're supposed to be two. I think one is turning off. Well, this one was the one that we remember when we are creating, we choose it as template. That is why we have the two. So you can see here we have availability zone 1A, 1B. So if I refresh here, you can see it changing. Yes, you can see here. So that is how you can be able to create a highly available work. It's a very complicated shit, but it's very it's very highly priced. So next time we are supposed to maybe to learn about how to create three-tier architecture, such that you separate the front end, the back end, and the database. So for now, let's see what we do. What will happen if we terminate one of these instance? So I want to terminate this one. So instance terminate. So we are shutting it down. When we are shutting it here down and we refresh here, it will not run. As in, it will run, but this won't change. This won't change. It will appear from 1A alone. Okay. So we're supposed to have another one coming up. Okay, let's terminate another one. Yes, you can see another one has been created, because we said we are supposed to have a maximum of 2 instances, and you can see another one is coming up called we don't have a name, but you can see a pending state. Okay, so that is how we do it. So let me see for any question. There is a question. I have one question regarding the security group. There is always inbound and outbound rules. Is there an alternative? Is there any alternative security rule that we can apply on EC2 or elastic load balancer? Yeah, I guess the alternative, you can be able to use what do we call it? In the VPC we have network access control list. You can be able to use that for security purpose, because also they have inbound roles. They have, you can see they have inbound roles. You can be able to affect traffic, but I'm not yet confident enough on how they work, but I know they work. I know they work in such a manner. So this is how you can be able to, this is the alternative security rule on how to secure EC2 and ALB. So any other question at the moment? So now you can see our architecture here. When we shut down one EC2, another one is it keep running, and also on here you can see it continue to change when the load balancer are on. Now we can see we are getting this website from AZ2. Is according to this diagram, we are getting it from the public subnet, let's say 1, and then we have public subnet 2. So that is how our EC2 instance is highly available. So let me see. So I think now we are at the end of this live. We have spent 40 minutes. So till next time, unless anybody has a question, you can drop it on the chats. So till next time, let's see you tomorrow and see the next topic that we are going to do.